Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Doctor. I hope you're all having a good rest of your Tuesday today. We're going to be continuing in part 2 of our vision card review today, and we're going to be looking over all of the MR cards that are currently available in Global right now. We'll be going over what cards are viable, what cards are my personal favorite, and what applications some of these cards might have that you guys might not have thought about. We're going to go ahead and start with Iron Giant, and for Iron Giant, you're going to be thinking more of a defensive-oriented type of a vision card. You get the slash resist +5 with a max percent of 15%. That's going to lower a lot of the damage that's coming in PvP. Not only that, you're going to get an additional slash attack +5 with a max of 20% for the unit that's using the card. The drawback is you do get agility -3%. You're going to get an HP +384, attack +80, and magic +25. I would say overall Iron Giant is a good overall MR card to be used. I think that slash resist for the party is really important if you're finding yourself not able to survive in PvP. And then that slash attack might also help in the regards to dealing that damage. So you might want to put it on a Mont, you might want to put it on a Stern who already has high agility, a Sir Rob or a Sir O. Any of those would be a good option if you're trying to increase your survivability while not sacrificing all of that damage. You'll also notice that the HP +384 is one of the highest, if not I think actually the highest, HP bonus you can get from an MR card. So it is pretty good. Behemoth is kind of the same, except a little bit worse, I would say. You're going to have the stab resist +5 with a max +15% for the party. There's not much stabbing meta right now. You do get the Beast Killer +3 with a max of 10%, so there will be viability for this card when we're doing events where we're killing beasts, or if you're doing maybe the Esper Enhancement Awakening Trials, where you fight the Espers like Behemoth and such, where you maybe need that 10% damage against beasts. It is a nice agility +5%. The stats are good on it. So it's HP +338, attack +133, magic +14. You can't go terribly wrong with this, but the party buffs are not that good. The stab resist +5 for the whole party, just not that great. The Beast Killer is only on the unit that has the card equipped, so it's not going to be really that great. And the agility +5 is only for the unit that has it equipped. So there are, of course, worse choices for an attacking one, but I would not be setting the Behemoth card anytime soon. Now, Marlborough is a very niche card, I believe. I think you're only going to be using Marlborough if you have a Ziza, and if you're going for a hand-to-hand or fist meta. The Marlborough gives strike +5 with a max of +20, and you get confusion resist +5 with a max of +15. HP +330, attack +32, magic +109. That HP +30 is going to be really nice. That confusion resistance against Confusion Dagger from Thieves in PvP will be good as well. But again, you're going to have to be using strike or fist units in order to make use of this, and I really don't know if that's what you're going to be doing. For some reason, also, the Marlborough has a high magic stat, and I honestly can't think of how you would utilize this. Maybe there's a strong hand-to-hand magic user out there that could use this. Just something to think about, though, for the future. Now, we're going to get into some of the most important MR cards here. Birth of a New Life, luck +6% for the whole party to a max of 21%. Max HP +3 with a max of +8% for the individual. Now, it looks like I was wrong. It looks like this is actually the highest HP card, where it gives you HP +461. The attack and magic, though, it gives you is minuscule. So if you're looking for an HP plus and sort of a chance to dodge a little bit more, or a chance to hit, you're going to be wanting to use Birth of a New Life. I have never used it once. I don't think I personally will be using it, but there may be someone out there who maybe this is the card they have, or they're going for a luck and agility build, or what have you in the future, and this may become important for them. Sealed Order, one of the most important cards that is talked about is slash attack +5 with a max of 20% for the whole party. And then for the individual that's using it, agility +3 up to max of +10%. And then spirit -5 for that individual character. Stats are medium across the board here with HP +230, attack +105, and magic +91. Now, Sealed Order is going to be one of the most powerful cards in your arsenal if you do not have Moraga, like we talked about in the UR video. With Moraga, you can get a slash attack modifier of up to plus 35, and you do have some stronger stats that you can put on your characters. Sealed Order's advantage is that it gives you plus 20, and then it has some kickbacks of Agility plus and Spirit minus. So if you don't have Moraga, Sealed Order is going to be your go-to card. Even if you do have Moraga, you might be in a situation where you want a specific character to have more agility, and in that case, it might even be better to have Sealed Order set instead of Moraga. So this is one of those situations where an MR card is really going to come head-to-head with a UR card, and that versatility that the MR card has is going to be in that substat. It's going to be in that agility plus 10%. Is it worth it? Do you need more attack from Moraga? What is your party comp going for, and what do you need from the party buffs that are going to buff you? Now we have Oath of Love, and Oath of Love is another one that is talked about quite frequently, and I personally don't have Oath of Love, and I wish I had Oath of Love. Has an attack plus 10% with a max of 30%. Now, of course, if you have Ifrit, again, this is going to be comparable, but also its own niche compared to Ifrit, right? Because Ifrit raises attack up to 50%. For the individual, Oath of Love is going to give slash attack plus 5 with a max of 20%, and hate up plus 5, so enmity making an appearance for the first time in this game besides some of the enmity provoke techniques. This can really mess with the enemy AI. It also gives high HP at 346, small attack, small magic. I think this is a card that you should be maxing if you have it, because you're going to be finding a way to use this. If I had Ifrit right now and if I had Oath of Love right now, I would actually probably increase Oath of Love before I leveled up Ifrit, because I think that hate up plus 5 is more important than the attack plus 20% that you can get from Ifrit. Not only that, the slash attack modifier plus 20% for the individual as well is really powerful. And the only thing that Ifrit has going for it over this card is just straight attack. So in terms of versatility, I think Oath of Love is a very powerful card. You will be hearing about it a lot. If you can get it, upgrade it, it's going to be worth your time. Trust me on this, I would go for that card in a heartbeat. Next card we have is Washing the Heart. We've got some Shadow Links right there. So fire resistance plus 5% with a max of 15%. Luck plus 5 for the individual unit with plus 15% at the max. HP plus 384 is a really high HP for a card, but at an attack 48 and a magic 43, I don't see this card getting much use. Fire resistance plus 15% for the whole party is just not worth it. I can't think of a situation where I would be using this. Moment of Peace, max HP plus 5%, raised to max HP plus 15% for the party. And then it gives a charm resistance for the individual unit, resistance plus 5 with a max of 15%. HP plus 253, attack plus 113, magic plus 73. This card I actually would use. If you don't have Golem, this is probably your best option for increasing your max HP for your units in your party. I think with the HP plus 253, the attack plus 113, and the magic plus 73, it could be reasonable on any unit. You would probably want to put it on an offensive unit of some type. The Resist Charm, always nice in a meta where we have Steel Heart. And I think overall, this card is not bad. I think if you are finding survivability is a problem for you, and if you don't have Golem but you have this card, max HP is the way you want to go. You might want to do max HP, especially if you have a 2-tank meta for the 3-tank, for the 3-unit PvP. Now, if max HP isn't an issue, if it's maybe evasion you want to focus on, then maybe you would be better off with an evasion card or a luck card. Again, it depends on your comp and it depends what you want to go for. Sharpened Focus, one of the only cards focused on increasing missile attack for units. Starting out at missile attack plus 5 with a max of 20%, accuracy plus 5 for the individual unit, ending in max plus 20, spirit minus 5 for the individual unit as well, and then HP plus 200, attack plus 121, magic plus 91. If you're going to be setting this, you need to make sure you have a missile attack unit. This would be Frederica, Ryu, it would be any bow user if you're using a bow user. I think overall, I do have this card and I do use this card from time to time, but most of the time, I just find myself buffing straight attack for my party and putting attack-focused cards or crit-focused cards on my gunners instead of focusing on Missile Attack Plus, because this is the only card I can find that raises Missile Attack Plus, and we are not in an evasion meta yet. Now, in the future, when evasion and reflex maybe becomes a huge problem, this accuracy plus 20 for the individual unit might be really critical. So Sharpened Focus, something to keep in your back pocket, something to keep in mind. Missile attack plus and accuracy plus for the individual unit. This could see use in the future with your Frederikas, with your Ryus, if you're out there using them. Now, we have 3 cards here, and the first one is from the Final Fantasy XIV event. Dark Resistance plus 5%, max 15%. For the individual unit, it's going to be Dark Attack plus 5, max 20%. That makes me think in Shadow Leak, Stern, all of our Dark Attack units that are using Dark Techniques. HP plus 230, Attack plus 121, Magic plus 76. Pretty reasonable. Overall, this card is not impressive. I think it could be impressive if used under the right circumstances with Dark Attack units. But I think being a limited time card, not everybody is going to have this card, and not everybody is going to have to build it. Now, these 2 cards I decided to put in here because we haven't seen if we're going to be getting these in Global yet, but in JP, these have already been released. So we might see these in the future, but if you do see these in JP, just some things to think about. They did get the Holy Knight Moogle. Now, I don't have stats on them, I just have the end build for the cards. So it's going to be Devil Killer plus 20 for the entire party, which is very powerful. You're fighting devil monsters. And then Dark Resist plus 15% for the individual unit. And then the 2020 New Year gives Aquatic Killer plus 20 to the whole party. And it gives Magic Power Up plus 20% to the individual unit. Now, I don't know if that's Magic Attack Up or if it's Magic Power Up. Again, the wikis for Ultima and Game 8 are very bad at specifying which one it is. And I'm not too worried about it since this isn't out in Global yet. But something to think about, we might have a powerful SSR Magic card coming out in the near future. And it would just help with any Magic builds that you have going right now. Alright, you guys, that approaches the end of our video. My cat is getting impatient and wants some love, so I'm going to go give him some loves. I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your day. Please be sure to leave a comment and a like and a subscribe. It means a lot to me. Make sure to check us out on Twitch. We will be streaming tonight when the servers come back live. And I hope to see you guys there. Have a good rest of your evening and talk to you later.